Because basically, the jobs are there, but it's not what you would want to do.
If that job was paying you well, you would do it. So I think the main reason is money. It's not all about the money. Me personally, even if you give me 5 times of how much I'm receiving right now, I might still think about it. Thousands of Ghanaians are applying for visas every day. Some are quitting their jobs, others are selling their properties just to leave everything behind and travel outside the country.
The funny part is, I don't believe the country is that bad. Is it?
I don't know, but this is a question that bothers every Ghanaian. So what might be the reason that a lot of Ghanaians are now leaving everything behind and traveling overseas?
I was thinking about this the last time, and funny enough, a culprit. But you know what? I began to sit down to analyze why. What will push an everyday Ghanaian to want to move just because of what? And then I realized that, you know what? Yeah, maybe we are looking for something better. We are looking for better pay.
Of course.
We are looking for, good health care. Or, I finished school, but maybe the job I'm doing is not paying me.
So is the economy that bad?
Well, it would appear as such, but I don't know about how bad, because I don't know what yardstick we are using. But,
So if I could ask, what are some of the reasons people are leaving Ghana for countries like the UK, USA, Australia, Canada, and even right now there are a lot of Ghanaians that go to Canada. What might be some of the reasons, or what might be some of the things that happen there that don't happen in Ghana, and for that reason people have to leave?
So, I would like to categorize in like 4 major areas, from like the economic perspective, governance, social, and then, educational. So the funny part is with educational, for instance, most people are going to Canada through school.
Exactly.
Most people, because it's like one of the easiest routes. And funny enough, in Ghana, we don't have enough scholarships for local or citizens who are students. Nor do they get stipends. However, if you were schooling overseas, those fees could have been covered, and you even get stipends.
That's when we are talking about master degree programs.
Even for bachelors. Even for bachelors.
In Canada.
Yes. You can, if you're fortunate to get like a university that's willing to cover, or even with those other student loan programs, they do pay you stipends every month. And at the end of, I think, over 10 years, you can repay the loan. And then the university that are giving those scholarships, you don't have to pay anything. So I think that's like one of the main reasons.
So so if I understand you clearly, so it's about people not being able to pay their fees, or people not having the opportunities. That's why they are leaving.
More or less, let's use the word flexibility.
What about unemployment as well? In my perspective, I think that most people travel abroad because most of the times when you are done with school in Ghana, I found myself in that same situation.
Now it's one old woman in the area who is asking you, hey, Ejima when I see how you then, hey, Uncle Page man, hey. See, I feel you. Experience is the best teacher. I feel you, Uncle, now see my see how you then, hey, what did be out if you Uncle Page man? Be man with Jumano. A B ni ho. What do you expect the person to do?
When I completed University of Cape Coast way back, I couldn't find a job after my service, so I had to leave the country. So that's the same thing that most people like myself, graduates, or young people find themselves in, and so they have to leave.
But do you think the issue is unemployment and not underemployment? Because basically, the jobs are there, but it's not what you would want to do.
But is it worth it if you spend your whole time in the university to learn something and acquire a degree, and after that you are supposed to do a job that is not meant for you? When I say meant for you, I'm trying to say that it's a job that's way below your degree that you are holding, or any qualification that you might be holding from an institution. I'm talking about tertiary institution. That's why most people wouldn't do it. And the other side is, if that job was paying you well, you would do it. So I think the main reason is money. Guys, I don't know what you also think, but if you think that it's because the job doesn't suit you according to your qualification, or the job underpays you, let us know down in the comment section. But from my own perspective, I think it's low wage. Because if the job underpays me, I will never do that job. But if the job pays me well, definitely I'll do that job. Even if you tell me to go join Zoom Lion and then just manage, of course, manage rubbish, that's waste management, I'll still do it. If I'm supposed to go through houses, each and every house, and pick up the dustbins and then manage waste, I'll do it. If I'm going to be paid well.
Funny story is, I had a friend who was studying medicine in China. And I asked this friend of mine that, you know, you're in final year, when are you coming back? Because like, I need a personal doctor and all of that. And he was like, nope, it's not happening. I'm like, why? It's like, he's making more money as a teacher. An English teacher.
In China?
In China.
With a medical degree.
Without education. He doesn't have a qualification to teach English. But he's saying that he's making more as a teacher in a different country, as opposed to if he comes down and becomes a doctor or officially practices, he cannot make that same amount. So it's sad. We are losing all these.
These are talents.
Resource.
These are talents.
The human resource, we are losing that. And another thing too is.
But the one funny thing, almost all my friends I completed University of Cape Coast with. If I go back to Ghana right now, it's very hard for me to find any who still stays in Ghana. Maybe they might be coming and going in and out like that, but they don't stay in Ghana. They built their career somewhere in a foreign land, and they only come to Ghana when they want to visit.
True. In terms of the social aspect, right? So I had this friend, he was working at one of these really huge companies. He was making monies we had never seen before. And then when he got married, he started, you know, popping out babies. And he was like, the money is not enough. And I'm like, you're making a lot of money. They are covering benefits, this, that. And I didn't realize that I was speaking from my perspective.
He was making that money in Ghana.
In GH, he was making that much money. Like, it was a lot of zeros.
But no, in GH,
more like
a lot of things are paid for.
Exactly.
Unlike some Western countries where if you give birth, the government pays the kid a certain amount of money for upkeep, and all of that.
Like
but Ghana, if you have 5 kids, you are just going to have to take care of your kids by yourself. No government has any benefits for you.
Just 3, and even then, he's like, the amount he's receiving is not enough to support all 3 of them, feed them, clothe them, educate them. Hence, he relocated.
Okay, so now he relocated because he wanted to make more.
Yes, he wanted a better life for him.
Let me ask you this question. If you would be given a job in Ghana and earn 5 times the money you are earning right now, as you are not in Ghana now, you are working outside of Ghana, and you will stay in Ghana, be employed, and earn 4 to 5 times that same amount of money you are earning here. So let's say if you are earning $2,000 here and you are going to earn 4 times that money, it's going to be $8,000, isn't it? Yes.
I'm already there.
You stay in Ghana.
I'm going.
So the main problem, is not infrastructure, right?
To some extent.
Did you get the conversation? So
I get, like, it's not necessarily infrastructure.
Considering the infrastructural level or development level we have in Ghana right now, if you are supposed to, or if you have a job in Ghana, they are willing to employ you and give you 8 times the money you are receiving now. Would you still go?
I won't go. No. I mean, what I mean is, if I'm going to get more in my home country, I'm definitely going. Like, I'm taking the first flight. I will not even pack.
Regardless of the infrastructural development level.
No, I'm going straight because the point is. It is said that money solves all things. It solves most of the problem. So even with bad infrastructure or, inadequate, let's use the word inadequate infrastructure, at least I can use that extra funds to, sort 1 and 2 to ensure that, certain things are in place. While, I try to find a way to adjust on the side.
Let me just bring you this instance, right? You have all the money, and you are sick.
Oh.
You want to go to the hospital, right? It's an emergency. Maybe your car is broken down or something. You call an ambulance, and it takes. We are Ghanaians. We've been in Ghana. We've stayed in Ghana. We are still in Ghana.
Wait.
So we know how the ambulance system is.
Have you ever used the ambulance?
I've never used an ambulance in Ghana. Never.
I don't even
never.
know
But I've heard stories of
ambulance.
I've heard stories of people complaining about the ambulance service in Ghana. People are always complaining that we don't have enough ambulances to take care of us in Ghana.
Wow. So I did hear that
if a whole
clinics do have
the private ones, since it's private, maybe if the owner has got a lot of money, they can invest in ambulances and all of that. But imagine you live in a district in Ghana and that whole district, the clinic or the polyclinic or whatever is there only has 3 ambulances
if you're lucky.
And that let's take the average population in that district to be 50,000. So if there are 50,000 people living in that district, and that same district has got maybe 2 big hospitals or clinics,
right?
Or let's say it has got only 1 polyclinic. Polyclinics are normally bigger than the actual clinics that we've got and all of that. So they've got 1 polyclinic, and in that 1 polyclinic, they've got only 2 ambulances.
Only 2.
And these ambulances
one driver.
And these ambulances are supposed to serve how many people?
Right.
So you can imagine when you find yourself in a situation where it's an emergency and you need an ambulance, how long the ambulance is going to take to get to you to offer you that help you need.
Wow. So it does say a lot about our healthcare system. So what about our road system?
The road, that's what I was saying. That it's not all about the money. Me personally, even if you give me 5 times of how much I'm receiving right now, I might still think about it. I won't just make an outright decision that the money is good. So I'm just going straight away. No, I'm not. I won't make that decision. I will sleep over it, think about it for a long time. Maybe I will take a month to think about this, because if I earn the money and I'm still not being able to enjoy some good infrastructure, then what use is the money?
But at the end of the day, if infrastructure is not met and you have the ability to create some aspect of it, would you not take that leap of faith?
The problem is, even if you want to create it, is there going to be an enabling environment for it to survive?
True, but you can't also wait for someone to get it done.
But a hospital is something general. You can't just say you can build a hospital for yourself only because you have got the finances.
Course,
you need a whole lot of licenses and all of that to even operate it.
But in that regard, would you say that the country is losing its talent?
Of course. That's what I would say, because most of the guys who travel outside Ghana, somebody sold his property probably worth 400,000 Ghana cedis. That's close to about $50,000. And this guy went abroad, paid a whole lot of school fees, went through educational systems in a foreign land and got a job. Do you think that guy can just wake up one day and say, I've got a job in Ghana, I've got something in Ghana, so I'm getting back? After all the time this guy spent over there and all the money that he spent in fees and all of that, I don't think anybody would just wake up and make that decision right away that I'm coming back to Ghana.
Hey, kwamra de pinka me ko bi mabusuafo ni ntimi omu nyina wo ha me na me ko Ghana ya me ko yede hey David me nko port host ana de ne
because when you get into a system and you enjoy some infrastructure there, it becomes very difficult to go back to a system where the infrastructure is not available. Let's talk about our internet systems. The internet communication in Ghana, the whole internet stuff is very bad.
And it's expensive.
So if you live in an environment or if you live in a community and you pay probably $10, $15 for unlimited internet services or data, and you get to Ghana and they tell you have to pay about $40 for 120 gigs or something.
And it's not even reliable.
It's not even reliable. The read speeds and the download speeds and everything is very bad. It's so low.
My head. But
so you understand it. So it's not all about the money. Sometimes you may get all the money that you want to get, but if the infrastructure is not there, it becomes very difficult to enjoy your money, guys.
It does bring us to convenience.
Guys. What about you? Would you make that decision to move from wherever you've lived, whether in Europe, the Americas, Asia, and all of that? You've got a good job and you're earning a good amount of money. Would you just wake up one day, if you have the opportunity to work in Ghana for maybe 3 to 4 times of that salary you might be receiving, would you just wake up and go back to Ghana? Yeah, just write it in the comment section. If you would just wake up and just go because of money and not think about infrastructure, let us know down in the comment section. And also, I think there is a bad side. Even though when you travel, you get the opportunities, there is a bad side, which is brain drain.
Yeah. Because when you're working for someone else, generally, they are draining every little bit of blood you have, making sure that they are, and you get
exhausted. You get exhausted.
They are getting back everything they've invested in you. Because at the end of the day, 1, the weather is a factor. 2, the culture, the lifestyle. You have to readjust. You're tuning out and tuning in all at once.
That's why most people,
all at once.
That's why most people living abroad, especially we Africans, most people live in depression, and so most rely on antidepressants to be okay.
I think it's not just Africans, but basically, once you're in
those
space,
who were born there, they know how to navigate, they know how to adapt better than us. So, yeah.
But then again, in as much as brain drain is a crazy killer, it's like the number 1 crazy drain. It's also depleting our innovative talent.
Of course, because doctors are leaving, engineers are leaving. Yeah, there was a time where a lot of Ghanaian nurses left for the UK when this how do they call it? COS or something. When it came up back in 2023, and most of the nurses in Ghana left. We are exporting doctors, nurses, engineers, and you think Ghana would be better if we are exporting all our talent? How are we going to get better?
So in that regard, would you say we are exporting our future?
Of course, we are exporting our future, because these are people who hold. These 3 professions I mentioned are not the only professions that we are exporting abroad. Teachers are also leaving. UK has got a very good teachers program, and teachers are leaving for the UK. Australia, IT professionals. Australia has got very good programs, immigration programs for lawyers, teachers, IT professionals. Canada has got the same thing. The US has got the same thing. I've got family members who all left for the US. They were teachers and they all left for the US, and they are teaching in the US now.
Just imagine. But at the end of the day, would you say that we as Ghanaians should have the freedom to seek opportunities elsewhere? Just because it doesn't suit us.
For the sake of human right. Each and everybody, not only Ghanaians, each and everybody, because of course, most of the times we Africans migrate to Europe and the Americans than they do travel to Africa. You understand it?
Maybe they come for vacation.
They only come for vacation, not for. And even those who come for economic purposes, they come to invest in Africa. Because Africa is the place where you can easily make returns on your investment, because it's still growing. But in these Western societies, they had already grown to that level. In economics, we have something we call, they have gotten to the level of diminishing returns. So there is nothing to develop anymore. But in Africa, we are now growing, so we need the talent in Africa to grow. But at the same time, we are the ones exporting these talent to that Western world that had already gone into the apex of development.
To the point where now they are literally
exactly what
they don't even need it again.
It gets to a point where everything goes into decline. That's why now you can check the UK. We've got about 4.6% of unemployment and all of that.
Which is funny. The whole Western
US too. The US guys are also complaining about unemployment. It's like almost all the countries in Europe are complaining about unemployment.
But looking at the side of,
and one thing I wanted to ask is, do you think it's sustainable if all Africans or if all African professionals decide to leave and migrate to these countries? Are they gonna be able to sustain us at the numbers at which we are all traveling to these countries?
I don't think it is remotely possible to sustain.
It's not sustainable.
A quantity, it's not. It's just not possible.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Even if they are able to, what happens to their own people?
Their own people.
That's why now we have this issue now where there are countries that are pushing
exactly
out migrants. Just
citizens and natives are telling immigrants to go back to your countries and all of that. It's not. It's not only in Africa. It's not only in South Africa.
All over.
All over Europe, the Americans, they are telling the immigrants to go back to your countries.
Go back. So. In that regard,
because it's not sustainable anymore. It's not sustainable anymore.
What do you think is influencing such, thoughts or ambitions to want to leave? What are some of the things
for Ghanaians?
Yes, for Ghanaians. Like some of the things that are influencing such ambition. Aside,
in a nutshell, right? Unemployment, low wages.
Underemployment,
let's take somebody who teaches in Ghana.
Right.
Yeah, at the basic school. How much does this person earn? Compare it to the same person teaching at that same level in the UK, US, Canada, France, Australia.
And with less hours.
The whole of Europe, and with less hours. How much that person is earning. So if you think about this and you think about the opportunities and the financial gains you can make at the expense of your emotional well-being, because definitely when you are out there, your emotions are not so stable. Yeah, sometimes, that's when sometimes you get mentally exhausted, and then a lot of things can happen when you get to that stage.
Emotionally, you are.
But when you are back in Ghana, you've got probably some friends around, some family members around. Exactly. If you are tired, you can just walk into your grandmom's house. You can just walk into your auntie's house and talk with them. Auntie, I'm here. Auntie's gonna cook for you. But when you are living abroad, you are alone. You barely even have any visitors who come to visit you, because everybody is working. Everybody, it's like, how do we call it? The rat race. Everybody is chasing something.
Yeah. I wonder why that is.
So.
But what about social media?
Social media and lifestyle influencing migration. I think it also plays a role, because when somebody is back home in Africa, in Ghana, and then they see their fellow Ghanaians who have traveled abroad, the life that they are living.
Abroad, right?
Yes, dressing well, making good money, eating well, and all of that. They are also compelled to do whatever they can do to also leave Ghana.
In a way, it sort of comes over as
and sometimes all of these
peer pressure.
all of these show-offs on social media of some Ghanaians flexing and all of that. Most of the times these stuff are fake. These are fake life.
Fake life, yeah.
If you are living in Ghana and you see somebody who is having an iPhone 17 at the time of release that cost about more than $1,000, and you also want to own it, most of the time that person didn't buy it right out with money.
Yeah.
They might probably get the phone on lease or something and be paying bit by bit from their network communication operators and all of that.
Tap out.
And you are seeing this person on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, and then you are envious of this person. And you let such pressure get to you, and you also want to get it. Bruv, you must be missing the whole point. There are opportunities. Nobody can take that away from these countries. There are opportunities to make money, but you shouldn't let the lifestyle on social media really pressure you into something. And from my point of view as well, even though at the infrastructural level we have not gone into some of these countries, if you have some capital, you can really make a lot of money. That's return on investment.
True.
You can make higher margins
And even in the same social media, COVID did teach us a huge lesson that indeed it is not a yardstick to not do anything. It became an avenue where we got new kind of, well, different kind of jobs were created from that.
Of course.
We have
That's why it's
influencers now.
Yeah, exactly.
Businesses were boosting
the
their
social media, the content
markets,
creation economy. Yeah,
You know, so
it
don't
started
just
booming.
watch whatever is happening on social media, but use
Exactly.
it to your benefit. Because,
Exactly.
hey, there's a lot of funds to be reaped from that area.
Exactly. You know.
Utilize what you have, you know.
Exactly. So now, what do you think as Ghanaians? Yeah, what do you think as Ghanaians we can do to solve some of these problems we have with low wages, unemployment, expensive lifestyle in Ghana? You know, almost everything is expensive in Ghana.
Oh,
Yeah, especially if you live in the bigger cities like Accra, Kumasi, things are very expensive. Kumasi is not that expensive as Accra, but it's still expensive.
Yeah, and food is so expensive.
Exactly.
Like, why?
On an average, you can spend, I'm talking about one person, on an average in Ghana, you can spend about at least 900 cedis on feeding yourself. And
What, a month or a year?
for a month in Accra. I don't know. Maybe it might be more. I don't know. Maybe it might be more. Guys, I don't know. So if you know on an average how much it takes for you to live in Accra, I'm talking about feeding. I'm not talking about extra stuff like transportation, internet, and all of that. I'm talking about only feeding for food.
That is you cooking at home or buying from outside.
No, combined. Maybe sometimes you might want to cook at home, or sometimes you might just want to go to the restaurant or go to the wayside and buy some gari and beans or some wachi or something. You know, just let me know down in the comment section how much it takes on an average for you to spend on food in Accra. Kumasi might be a bit cheaper because, you know, I grew up in Kumasi, so, but it's still not expensive as Accra, so let's just So let us know down in the comment section how much it takes for somebody.
You know, another point I'd
live in
like to
Accra.
put across is I think we can improve on affordable housing.
Yeah, also,
We can, you know, do something about, instead of paying 1 year, we can do it like
there was a
months.
project that was started. I don't know which government started that project in Ghana. It was the Saglemi housing somewhere on the Aflao Road after Pram Pram. Yeah, Saglemi.
Okay.
Yeah, it was a Saglemi housing project. I don't know who started it, but no subsequent government followed up on that project, and so they left that project to rot like that. So I guess maybe we should plead with the government to start investing in affordable housing for the average Ghanaian.
And even with mortgages, you know, if the
Interest rates are crazy. Yeah, you know, most of our young ones who leave, they might not have wanted to leave, but they had to. And if they had the chance to get capital at a very low interest rate, they might have loved to start their own businesses.
Or a good payment plan. It would have eased this whole issue.
You know, these are guys who had completed universities. Most of them completed universities, training colleges, nursing trainings, polytechnics, and all of that. They've got talent. Even if there is no job for them in any state institution or private sectors, because these sectors are choked. We don't create enough, so they are choked. Cool, no problem. If they could have had access to capital, the teacher could have just set up his own school, private school, and run it, and even that would have created employment for others.
Or some private tutoring, or
if they get that capital to set up the school, they are going to need teachers, security men, and others.
Exactly.
You understand it? Yeah.
You know, the funny part is, even if you have the capital, we don't have the infrastructure that allows you to make a really good payment plan, say like a 10-year payment plan.
There's a financial market.
It's so high that even if that is available, you wouldn't want to go, because you're asking yourself, when am I going to finish paying? The requirements, oh my God, the requirements are crazy.
Of course.
They are out of this world. Asking you to bring this, bring that, bring this, just because you're giving me how much? Oh, come on. Let's be realistic here.
Yeah.
But, even with affordable housing, I feel like, we can, even without government help, those that have property that are willing to rent out to younger people, instead of this whole 1 year, 2 years advance wahala, take a month and add security deposit to it.
Yeah, that's expensive.
I think that,
That's expensive.
I think that will even make it easier. Every month, that Charlie, you're cashing out. Because as soon as they mess up, you're taking that money plus the security deposit.
Yeah.
Why not, or even instead of having those plenty shops, you can just have, cute hostels around, and then, make it easier. Because hostel does not necessarily mean that it has to be a student living in there. There are people all over. We can even avoid all these kiosks hanging all over if we have these hostels being built where people could rent on short-term leases. And then it makes things easier.
So, do you think that if we are able to find solutions to some of these problems, the average Ghanaian youth is still not going to leave Ghana?
I mean, to some degree, we will still have those who want to leave because of what they see on social media.
But the same things that people are leaving, if we've got the same things like good infrastructure,
right,
good financial market, that we can take loans and set up businesses at very low interest rates,
better healthcare, education, service,
and all of that. Why would I want to go out of Ghana? Why would I want to travel?
But then it tells you that
I wouldn't want to travel.
You want something more. You want exposure.
I would only go for vacation. Vacation will still give me the exposure.
Or maybe you also want exposure. You want to see how other networking.
I can still network during my vacation and come back and leave.
I don't think Ghanaians even believe in vacation. We work throughout 365 days.
Well, now we are understanding the culture of vacation and all of that. Yeah, Okay. So
but it's still not common.
Guys, let us know down in the comment section if you believe that some of these stuff we talked about, the problems and the reasons why we, the youth of Ghana, leave Ghana,
and how we can retain
are solved or at least are taken care of. Are we still going to stay in Ghana, or are we still going to travel outside of Ghana? Right. Let us know down in the comment section, and let us know what you think makes the youth leave Ghana. Sell everything, leave their jobs.